All right, as the championship, the limited time series for this Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722 is winding down. Let's take a look at the single bonus series the car is featured in called Maximum Performance, and you will find that under Road Collection in Elite section, far near the end. By the way, if you didn't run through the limited time series and if you don't own any of the cars featured in the bonus series, then you can unlock it by winning 15 trophies in this second big box series GT1 Grand Tour. But hopefully it is unlocked for you because either you won one of the three cars or bought one, or you basically have one of these three cars in your garage, so you can have immediate access to it, right? So speaking of cars featured in the series, we got three Porsche 911 Turbo 2009 and Ferrari 599 GTO, and of course the aforementioned limited time series car Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722. So the total gold rewards in the series is 56 gold. That's divided into here, let's hop in. Maximum performance. Take the upper performance limits of these high-powered road rivals. Right. So as I was saying, the rewards, first out of the 56, first 25% completion gives you 25%, the 7 gold, which you can claim by reaching tier 6, I believe. Yeah, since there are 20 tiers total here, and 51 events total. So if we divide that up into the quarters, basically 13 events is what's gonna be 25%, which you will reach when you get to tier 6 for 25%, and then the halfway point is gonna be in tier 12 by winning 26 gold trophies, and 75% completion would be in tier 17, as that's where you would claim, you would be able to claim win 39 events basically. And then of course the final 100% is pretty straightforward. That's everything. So anyway, so the 25% completion is 7 gold, and then 50% completion will give you another 11 gold, and then 75% completion will get you another 15 gold on top of that, and then the final 100% is going to be worth 23 gold, and you will need to bring PR up to 64.3 to reach that 100% completion. And out of the three cars, by the way, Mercedes-Benz is the only one that's gonna be able to reach the PR requirement for the entire series. So what if you don't own that car? Well, then you can still go through here. If you own only one car, because you would have to own at least one car to go through this series, because it's a bonus series. I believe there are no loaner cars in bonus series. You have to buy one, which means you will have at least access to at least one of these showcase tiers. There are 3 showcase tiers because the series features 3 cars, and then there are 3 time trials featuring those showcase cars. So obviously if you want 100% completion, ownership of all three cars is kind of given. But let's say you're not interested in 100% completing, but you just want to, have one car. Let's say you won the Mercedes. So you own that car and you've unlocked this series. That means you should be able to complete, I believe, you should be able to claim 75% completion reward because your PR is going to be high enough from the, the limited time series. So it should get you to about, I think, only thing that you're unable to complete is going to be like final 3 cups, but all the other variety events are going to be unlocked, and then you should be able to complete all those and win, hopefully, gold trophy, which means you should be able to claim 75% completion reward of 33 gold. But let's say you didn't go through the limited time series and you just unlocked this series and you decided to go with the cheapest, most affordable route, owning only one car out of the 3. Out of the 3 cars, by the way, Porsche is not a gold car. It's a racing dollar car, and it's not a terribly expensive racing dollar car either. So if you decide that's the route that you're gonna go, then, and not purchase the other 2 cars, the Ferrari 599 GTO and the Mercedes, because they're gold cars, so they can get kind of pricey. So you stick to one car, so you don't spend any gold to go through this series. Then you will be able to complete 58%, because you're not going to be able to unlock some of the later tiers because you're just going to lack the extra gold trophies that you're going to need from, well, not gold trophy, any trophy really, that you would be able to pick up by going through the showcase series. Because showcase series, the requirement is that you own the car. There's no PR requirement, and the showcase tiers all have 2 events, so 2 trophies that you can win, which would allow you to just, access the further down events, right? So if you don't spend any gold on either purchasing a car or upgrading the car, then you will be able to reach 58% completion in this series, which is worth 18 gold. So that's 18 free gold, or 18 gold for racing dollars. So yeah, something to consider, right? Anyway, and I'll have all this information, by the way, in the description box below. So, but for now, let's actually talk about the series itself, the actual events. So here, tier 1, we got head-to-head at Daytona Motorcycle Course, which is going to be a single lapper and rolling start. You know how they go, right? And then my Mercedes, of course, if you guys been following my channel, I completed the limited time series. PR requirement for limited time series was 63. So the cheapest way to reach that was actually 63.2, as you can see here. And my Ferrari is fully upgraded thanks to upgrade discount we've had offered in the past. So this car is, if you're to buy it outright, it'll cost you 300 gold, but if you unlock it with the showcase discount, you get 20% off, so 60 gold off. So you can pick one up for 240 gold from this series during the showcase discount, which I think lasts does it last a day now? Day or 2, I cannot remember exactly. And then let's see, yeah, maximum PR when it's maxed out, it's at 63. And as I said, we'll find out will verify soon enough. But this series, if you want 100% complete, you need 64.3. And then the Porsche 911 Turbo 2009. This one, as I said, is a racing dollar car. So if you purchase it, it takes some time for delivery. I don't remember how many hours, but it's going to take some time. And yes, PR is at 54.1. And if you're thinking 19 out of 32 upgrades on board, that's kind of a peculiar number. Well, that's because this car is an older legacy car. I believe this car's been in the game since almost like the very beginning. Which means it's got an old upgrade tree, meaning you can get a lot of racing dollar upgrades before you have to spend any gold, and that's what this PR reflects. 19 racing dollar upgrades are available on this car to bring your PR up to 54.1 before you have to spend any gold on upgrades. And even you decide to spend gold and go fully upgrade this car, it'll cost you 172 gold, which in today's standard is not too bad, especially if you compare it to, let's say, the Ferrari. If you want to fully upgrade this car without any upgrade discount, it'll cost you almost 1,000 gold, 954 to be exact. And then, of course, Mercedes, even more. The car is worth 450 gold if you didn't win it. Yeah, so, and then if you want to purchase with the showcase discount, then you get 90 gold off, right? The 20% of 450 gold, so you can pick it up for 360 gold. And if you were to fully upgrade this car, it will cost you almost 1,200 gold. 1,186 to be exact, but yeah, that's a lot of gold. So yes. So anyway, so that's what the 3 cars featured in this series looks like, at least in my garage. Anyway, continuing on with the series overview here, we got Hunter at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, so that's a full lap. And the Cup for Tier 1 is at Suzuka Grand Prix, just a single lap. And Tier 1 does not have PR requirement, as you guys know. So, upon completing all 3 events, you will have access to Tier 2. As you can see here, we got Endurance at Dubai Hill. So, depending on who you have to race against, if you're racing against some fast TSM bots, you might have some distance to cover there, but hopefully not. And then you got a Speed Snap at the Formula E New York circuit. And then the Cup for Tier 2 requires PR 46.2. Now, 46.2 is actually below the base PR of the 2 gold cars featured in this series. Ferrari starts at the base PR of 47.4, and the Mercedes starts with a base PR of 48.6. So unless you start with the Porsche 911 Turbo, you don't even need a single upgrade to get through Tier 2 here. But if you decide to go with the Porsche 911 Turbo, then you just need a few racing dollar upgrades to meet the PR requirement. So it's going to be 2-lap cup though. So Catalunya National. Right. And then upon completing all the events in the Tier 2, of course, unlocks the Tier 3, where we got elimination at Mazda Raceway. So you got to run for 2 minutes 20 seconds on that one. Survive, right? And then you got speed record at Monza Junior course. So that's a full short lap, but a full lap nonetheless. And then the Cup for Tier 3 is going to be at Spa. PR 47.4 is required, which is exactly the base PR of Ferrari 599 GTO. And it's going to be a single lapper. All right, and then of course the showcase tier, you don't need all 3 events. You only need 2 events. A trophy from 2, well, yeah, 2 trophies you're gonna need from tier 3 to unlock the showcase tier. And as I said, there are 2 events in all the showcase tiers in this event, in this series, and none of them have a PR requirement. I mean, that's kind of a standard in the game. And we got autocross at Suzuka Grand Prix, and the cup for Porsche 911 Turbo Showcase is going to be at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix single lap. And as you can see, no PR requirement here. And at the same time, this time trial tier will unlock as well as a showcase tier, by the way. And the time trial is going to be at the Brickyard Road Course for 911 Turbo. Now, if you don't own this car, can you unlock the tier 6? Yes. That's what that final 3rd trophy is going to unlock. So 2 trophies in tier 3 will unlock the showcase tier, and that's kind of the way it works out with every showcase tiers. So if you skip this one, you will still be able to unlock tier 6 by completing tier 3, right? So moving on, we got tier 6 here, endurance and mount panorama. Well, you know how it goes. You gotta run the distance. And then Hunter at Hockenheim National, so kind of a medium length circuit, short medium. Hockenheim not terribly long, right? So, and then it's a full lap. It's a Hunter. And then tier 6 cup is at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix. PR 50.3 is required. So now all 3 cars, you're gonna need some racing dollar upgrades, but still racing dollar upgrades, so you're still good. And it's gonna be a double lap cup. All right, and completing that, tier 6 would unlock the tier 7. Of course, we got an elimination at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, Speed Snap. At this time, Formula E Hong Kong. Earlier we had a Formula E New York, so Speed Snap, right? Was it tier 2? Yeah, so apparently we like speed snaps at Formula E circuits here. And cup for tier 7 is going to be a Porsche Test Track long on-road circuit. PR 51.3 is required. So still, with all 3 cars, racing dollar upgrades alone, you have access to this one. 2-lap cup. Right. And then tier 8 is another normal tier. You need to complete the previous tier. And then you'll find head-to-head at Melbourne. Should be a single lapper. Yep. And then autocross at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix Circuit. And the cup for tier 8 is going to be at Brands Hatch. PR 52.4 is required. So still, you are able to run through with racing dollar upgrades alone on all 3 cars. 4 laps, by the way, for that cup tier 8. Right. And then, upon completing that, we get to the next tier. Tier 9. Now, this one, as you notice, I don't know if you notice, it does not have as many trophies that you're going to need. Like 18 is what you need to unlock tier 11. But 17 in this case, because I haven't won anything so far, right? I've been just unlocking with gold. So the, once again, showcase and the time trial tiers will unlock with 1 less trophy from previous tier. Now, of course, this gets kind of offset if you do win both, complete the Porsche showcase, right? Then you're always 2 ahead. So you'll be able to access deeper without completing these tiers. So that's how you're able to actually do claim 75% completion reward. Yeah, without necessarily meeting all the PR requirements, right? Because you can skip essentially the cup. You're still able to unlock the next tier. Anyway, the tier 9, 599 GTO showcase. We got a drag race. It's a drag race. So does it matter where it is? Well, it's going to be at Monza. And then cup for 599 GTO is going to be at Bugatti Circuit, 2 laps. And once again, no PR requirement there. And the time trial for Ferrari is going to be at another NASCAR track, Daytona this time. Once again, road course. So the time trial for Porsche was at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then Ferrari gets the Daytona. So where's the Mercedes going to be? Richmond? I doubt it. Although that'll be funny. Anyway, let's go on to tier 11. We got Hunter at Hockenheim Grand Prix this time, so it's a full lap. Endurance at the dynamic circuit, the short technical circuit of Porsche test track. And then tier 11 cup is going to be at Mount Panorama. PR 52.4 is required. And once again, all 3 cars with the Racing Dollar upgrades alone should be able to access this. 2 laps. All right. Moving on to tier 12. All right. We got head-to-head at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's going to be a single lap. And then elimination we've got at Silverstone International. And the cup for tier 12 is going to be at the Le Mans 24-hour circuit. PR 55.6 is required. So it's beyond the Racing Dollar upgrades for all cars. So if you own either Porsche 911 or the 599 GTO, then you would have been able to have 2 extra trophies that you can have access to, right? Which means even without completing this cup for tier 12, which does require a gold upgrade now, it's going to be a single lap, but it's 24-hour circuit, so it's going to be wearing down quite a few service bars on your car. But without completing that cup, you will still be able to have access to tier 13. And of course, PR requirements getting higher. So at this point, you do get it to unlock without completing the cup here. But you would have to complete both of these, right? So that way, they compensate for the tier 12 cup and tier 13 cup. You see how this works out, right? So anyway, tier 13, we got Speed Snap at Suzuka East, Autocross at Catalunya Grand Prix, and the cup here is going to be at Dubai Club. 57.7 is the PR requirement, and it's going to be 4 laps, 4 pretty short laps. Anyway, moving on, tier 14 is the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722 showcase, where we got drag race. Then we have drag race for the others as well. I guess not for Porsche, but we did have for the Ferrari. So we get another drag race. This one at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, and the cup for Mercedes is gonna be at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, 3 laps. No PR required. All right, and the Mercedes time trial will take place at the 24-hour circuit. So that's a long one. And tier 16, we got endurance at Spa, head-to-head at Brands Hatch, and that's gonna be a single lap. Yep. And the cup here is gonna be at Mazda Raceway. PR 57.7 is required, so still PR in the 50s. So you know, you need gold upgrades, but if you won this car with the limited time series, obviously your PR should be high enough to access this. And it's going to be 4-lap cup. Now, if you bought both of the first 2 cars, or at least 2 cars out of the 3, that means you would have 2 more gold trophy access, which means you'll be able to skip the tier 16 cup and tier 17 cup to unlock the tier 18. So see how this works out. Right, so anyway, let's talk about tier 17 here. We got Speed Snap at Melbourne, Autocross at Mount Panorama, and the cup is going to be at Silverstone Grand Prix. PR 60.7 is required, and it's going to be 3 laps. Moving on to tier 18. All right, we got Elimination at Dubai International, Endurance at Hockenheim Short, and the cup is going to be at Kota National. PR 62.3 is required, and it's going to be 4 laps. All right, and then, so you see the PR 62.3 there. We're still good with the limited time series PR, I believe. Tier 19 is where that comes to an end. Oh no, 63.1. So if you won the car through the limited time series this round, you have access to almost all of the events here. So tier 19, you got Hunter at Porsche Test Track, short on-road circuit, and then Speed Records gonna be at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, so that's a full lap. And the cup, tier 19 cup, is going to be a Catalunya Grand Prix. PR 63.1 is the required, and then you should be able to access that with the 4 laps there. And then final tier 20, PR 64.3 is required, so obviously you need more upgrades, and only Mercedes can do that. Same for the tier 19, because 63.1 is not possible with the other 2 cars. So yeah, tier 20, you got Speed Snap at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, Autocross at Berlin Circuit, and the final cup at Monza Road Course. PR 64.3 required, and it's gonna be 4-lap cup. So anyway, so that is the overview of this bonus series, Maximum Performance. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. So take care.